ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। सुमुखश्च एकदन्तश्च कपिलो गजकर्णकः लम्बोदरश्च विकटो विघ्नराजो विनायकः धूमकेतुर्गणाध्यक्षः फालचन्द्रो गजाननः वक्रतुण्डः शूर्पकर्णो हेरम्बः स्कन्दपूर्वजः शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये यस्य विरदवक्त्राद्या पारिषद्या परस्सतं विघ्नं निघ्नन्ति सततं विश्वक्सेनं तमाश्रये। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय कृष्णाय अक्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदान्तवेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे कृष्णद्वैपायनं व्यासं सर्वभूतहिते रतं वेदाब्जभास्करं वन्दे समाधिनिलयं मुनिं जन्माद्यस्य यतः अन्वयात् इतरतश्च अर्थेषु अभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायः आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत् सूरयः तेजोवारिमृदा यथा विनिमयः यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि धर्मः प्रोचितकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सताम् वेद्यं वास्तवम् अत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनम् श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैः ईश्वरः सद्यः हृदि अवरुध्यतेः अत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषिभिः तत्क्षणात् निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखात् अमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिकाः भुवि भावुकाः यं प्रव्रजन्तम् अनुपेतम् अपेतकृत्यं वैपायनो विरह कातर आजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया करवः अभिनेदुः तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि यः स्वानुभावम् अखिलश्रुतिसारम् एकम् अध्यात्मदीपम् अतितीर्षतां समोन्धम संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्याससूनुम् उपयामि गुरुं मुनीनां नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। Now with Bhagavan grace we came up to slokam number 11, adhyayam 9, skandam number 4. Now we are partaking the Dhruva Stuti, the worship, Dhruva's worship to Sriman Narayana. And so we covered the first few slokams, and then slokam 12 we will take up today with his grace. And just give me a couple of minutes here, please. Let me get set here. 1 minute. Okay. So, let us begin. 1 minute, 1 more minute, please. Now, in slokam 11, last slokam that we covered, he says, Swami, please bless me with Satsangam, the company of the Mahangal, pure-hearted and who love you intensely, continuously and exclusively. In their company, I will get to hear about the Amrtatvam, the sloka, the stories and glories of your avatarangal, your stories and glories, and imbibing that, I will very easily cross over the samsara sagaram. Right? Satsangam. Very important. Now, next to 12, he says, Swami, O Bhagavan Mahavishnu, Abjanabha, he says, Padmanabha. Now, those Mahangals who love you intensely, what do? They are attached to your lotus feet so strongly, and your lotus feet, the Kamalapadam, has a divine fragrance, by the way. And that's all they are interested in. Their mind is focused only on that, their exclusive interest only on that. And for those people, these Mahangal, the others consider their body as very, very dear to them. You consider your body dear to you, I consider my body dear to me, isn't it? That's the way we all live. But for those Mahangal, these bodies that people consider to be very important, very close and very dear to them, they don't even think about it. Nasparanti, they don't even think about it. The body doesn't appear in their mind at all. And along with that, all the things that the Bhogangal, the Deha Boham, we saw that, the thing associated with the bodies, the enjoyments and all that, associations, the relations, whether it is friends, whether it is house, whether it is money, or whether it is spouse, none of those things, they don't think about it at all, because they're completely involved only in you. Slokam number 12. Te nasmaranti aditaram priyam isha martya yaha cha anvadaha suta suhrut gruhat vitta dharaha ye tu abjanabha bhavatiya padara vinda saugandhya lubdha hrut dayeshu krita prasangaha. Prasangaha, sangam, attachment, prasangaha, attachment to the Supreme. Once more, tena smaranti atitaram priyam isa martya yecha anvadaha suta suhrut gruha vitta dharaha yetu abjanabha bhavatiya padara vinda saugandhya lubdha hrudayeshu krita prasangaha. Isa te na smaranti atitaram priyam isa martya ye cha anvadaha suta suhrut gruha vitta dharaha ye tu abjanabha bhavatiya padaravinda, pada aravinda, bhavatiya pada aravinda, saugandhya lubdha hrudayeshu krita prasangaha. Hrudayeshu means in their hrudayam, hrudayatil. Okay? So, Vakyangal sentences, if we see, Isa, Bhagavan, Abjanabha. Abjanabha is the same as Padmanabha. Abjam, Padmam, it's all lotus flowers. Abjam means, Ja means to be born, means to water, coming out of the water. Abjanabha. So Mahavishnu, Shiva Narayana, Padmanabha. Ye Bhavatiya Pada Aravinda Saugandhya Lubdha Hrudayeshu. Bhavatiya, your Pada Aravinda, Aravinda Pada, the lotus feet. Saugandhya, the divine fragrance. Lubdha, attaching, desiring that, keeping that. Hrudayeshu, in their Hrudayam, which means people who are attached to your lotus feet. In that, in the Hrudayam, Krita prasangaha, so they attach themselves to you, to your lotus feet in their Hridayam. Ye, those who do that, Te tu, they, atitaram priyam martyam nasmaranti. Atitaram priyam martyam nasmaranti. Sentence so that we can understand it. Atitaram means very much. Priyam means loving, dear to. Martyam, the thing that dies, that gets destroyed, which is the body. Martyam, the body. Nasmaranti, they do not think about it. They too, they who are attached to you in their hridayam, and they do not think about their body, which is considered dear by many people, which is subject to death and destruction. They do not think about it at all. Nasmaranti. Atitaram priyam martyam nasmaranti. Then, ataha anu suta suhrut gruha vittadharaha cha. Ataha, after that, therefore, when you don't think about your body, what about the relationships that are attached to the body? What are the things associated with the body? Suta, their children. Suhrut, friends. Gruha, house. Vitta, money, wealth. Dharaha, wife, spouse. In this case, dhara means wife. So, ataha, therefore, since they don't even think about the priyam, martyam, nasmaranti, they don't think about their body, the things associated with the body like children, friends, house, wealth, and spouses, wives, they also nasmaranti, they do not think about them. Te nasmaranti atitaram priyam isa martya yecha anvadaha suta suhrut gruha vittadaraha ye tu abjanabha bhavatiya padara vinda saugandhya lubdha hridayeshu krita prasangaha krita, attachment, supreme attachment krita, doing that attached to you. Number 13. In 13, Swami says, and Dhruva says, and one second here. Tiryang, no, the next word is Tiryang naga dvija sarisr pade vadetya martyadibihi parichitam sadasat vishesham rupam stavishtam aja te bhagadaadhyanekam natah param paramavedmi na yatra vadaha. These Sanskrit slokam, lots of new words are there, but we'll get through it, understand slowly one by one. Tiryang nagadvija sarisru pade vadetya martyadibihi parichitam sagasad vishesham rupam stavishtam ajate bhagadadhyanekam natah param paramavedmi na yatra vadaha. Now, the padangal are Tiryak, Naga, Vijaya, Sarisrupa, Deva, Daitya, Martya, Adibihi. Tiryak, Naga, Dvija, Sarisrupa, Deva, Daityaha, Martyaha, Adibihi, Parichitam, Sadasat, Vishesham, Rupam, Stavishtam, Ajate, Mahat, Mahatad, Mahatadhyanekam, Mahatate, Mahat Adi, Anekam, okay, Mahat Adi Anekam, Nataha, Paramavedmi na yatra vadaha. The meaning is Aja, the one without any birth, there are so many types of beings in this creation. Animals are there, plants are there, birds are there, the reptiles are there, Devargal, Daityargal, Asurargal, human beings. And all these are being, the whole creation is being pervaded, is being filled with these, so to speak, okay? Pervaded in a gross form, right? And this is actually, in addition to the gross forms that are manifest, okay, there are also lots of unmanifested things. When we say Asuran, for example, or Devan, for example, okay, we think Devargal, Asurargal and all that. So they don't necessarily have a different form. A human being himself is a Deva if he has got Daivic qualities. A human being becomes an Asura when he conducts himself with Asuric qualities. In other words, you can see yourself, not yourself personally, but you can imagine at least, or you can see, check on your own experiment. When you become angry, when one becomes angry, even though he may be a very handsome person, or a very beautiful lady, doesn't matter, at that moment of anger, if that person looks at himself or herself in the mirror, how do you think he or she will appear? Same human being. So it's the Asuric tendencies, the impulses, the desire, the kamam, krodham, moham, madham, matsaryam, the envy, the hatred that people carry, that reflects on their face. And that is Asuric quality. So Asuras and Deva at the same time, person who is very shantam, very peaceful, very loving, right? That may be a human body, but they're all Devas. So various gross forms as well as manifested forms as well as unmanifested form. That is what Sat, Asat, Vishesham. So, but the creation is pervaded by these various gross manifestations like Devargal, Asurargal, men, trees, plants and animals, etc. Also unmanifested things are also pervading it, but you are apart from it. While you are present in that, you are also apart from it. The same way, I am present in my reflection in the mirror, but I am different from it. I am apart from it, isn't it? Same way, Bhagavan is present in you and me and everything, which are all illusion, but he is apart from it. So Sata says Vishesham. Now, also, Mahatattvam and all the other aspects that we saw, that the whole universe is Virata Swarupam, Bhagavan's body. And as we covered earlier, learned from Srimad Bhagavatam many times earlier in our sections, the reason is Mahatattvam, the whole thing appears to give love and receive love. Parasparam, that is what everything is doing in this world, in this universe, except human beings. Right? And so this process of Mahatattvam, along with that there is Ahamkaram, along with that mind and all those things we covered. So this whole prapancham, out of the 5 elements also, everything is created. And this is your Virata Swarupam. Your Virata Swarupam, the whole form of this prapancham we call universe, that is pervaded by these various beings like animals and trees and human beings that are manifested and unmanifested forms are also there. Swami, he says, the Aja, the one, the birthless one, I know, I realize, I know this is your Virata Swarupam. Tasmat Virata Jayata, Purusha Suktam says. Okay, from that came the Virata Purushan. This is Hiranyagarbhan, the cosmic body. Swami, I know, I see you in that form, he says. But beyond this Virata form, there is something there where there is no doubt, only certainty, no discussion, no nothing, absolute certainty, the truth, Swami, that there is yatra na vadaha, where there is no vadam, there is no vicharam, there is no inquiry there at that point. That Bhagavan, I do not know, he says. In other words, even though the universe is there in the form of Virata Swarupam, then there is a inquiry is there. So what happened? Where did the universe come from? Right? We all have that inquiry. Right? But we go to the ultimate, the beginning, there is no inquiry there. And that form, Swami, Bhagavan, I do not know. I know your Virata form, but I do not know the form beyond that. Give the slokam, this one. Slokam number 13. Tiryang naga dvija sari surupa deva daityaha martyaha adibihi parichitam sadasat visesham rupam stavishtam ajate magat adi anekam nataha param parama vedmi na yatra vadaha. So, Ajaha, Nataha Bhagavan, okay. Parama is Bhagavan also. Nataha is Na Ataha. That's the way it should be broken down. If you take the last line, Na Ataha Parama Vedmi Na Yatra Vadaha. Okay. Ajaha, the birthless one, the one without birth. Tiryang, animals. Naga is plants. Dvija, Naga, Dvija. Dvija is actually there are two things here. Tiryang is animals, and then you have Naga, which is plants, okay, and Dvija is also, it means Brahmins, right, in human beings, but Dvija also means birds. So Dvija, Saris Rupa means reptiles, and Deva Daityaha, that you know, Devargal, Asurargal, Daityargal. Martyaha is a appellation for human beings because we are subject to death. So just to remind us of that. So Tiryang, Naga, Dvija, Sarisrupa, Deva, Daityaha, Martyaha, Adibihi, all these, not only these, along like these, all these, Parichitam, completely being pervaded. The whole universe is pervaded by all these things, isn't it? Then, in addition to that, Sat, Asat, Visesham. Sat, Asat, the manifested, the unmanifested ones are there, but Visesham means something that is beyond that. It is present, but beyond that also, that is different from it. Mahat Adi Anekam. Starting from the Mahat Tattvam, Anekam, so many forms, varieties of forms and shapes, and so many things are there in the universe on a dynamic basis. All those. Swami, Aja, Te, Stavishtam Rupam Vedmi. This is your Stavishtam, the Stula form, the Virata form, the gross form of you. Vedmi, I know. It's not that I think, not I understand. Vedmi, I know. He has experienced the cosmic form of Bhagavan, present everywhere. Viswarupam. Right? That Dhruva is talking from personal experience. Swami, yes, I know. All this is you. It is your form. Yatra, where na vadaha, there is no inquiry. That place, Swami, a Parama, a Bhagavan. Now, Vedmi, Ataha Param. Ataha means, Ataha Param, from this, Ataha Param, beyond this, okay, on top of this, in addition to this, okay, Ataha Param, in addition to this, or beyond this, on top of this, on top of me knowing that all this is your Virata Swarupam, yatra na vadaha, where there is no inquiry at all, that place, Parama, O Bhagavan, na vedmi, I do not know. Tiryang nagad vijay sari sripa deva daityah martyadibihi parichitam sadasat visesham rupam stavishtham ajate magat adi anekam na atah param parama vedmi na yatra vadaha. Now we'll take up slokam number 14. We're continuing. Now he says that Bhagavan, who is beyond the creation, who is beyond the created, the manifested prapanjam, which is your Virata Swarupam, that Bhagavan who is beyond it, that Parama Purushan, what did he do? At the end of every pralayam, at the end of every kalpam, the pralaya kalam, the dissolution, the disappearance time, all this prapanjam, he takes it into his womb. And then, keeping the company of Adisesha, he lies down on its lap, Adisesha's lap, and completely involved in his own Atmanandam. And he is lying down. That Bhagavan, from his nabi, in the midst of this Shila Sagaram, when he is lying down, from his nabi came a gold lotus stalk came on this effulgent on top of that, and there is the shining Brahmadeva is appearing. That Bhagavan, from whose nabi this thing came, right? This gold lotus stalk came, on which Brahmadeva is seated. To this Bhagavan, I pranatosmi, I surrender to him, I worship him. The next one. So, very beautifully, he is going to the very first avataram of Sriman Narayana. Not only that, of Bhagavan, is Sriman Narayana, the Ananta Sayanam, that is the very first avataram. He says, beyond that, there is Bhagavan, Parabrahman is there. Okay, and he appeared as Sriman Narayana lying on the Adisesha, keeping his company, he says, keeping the company of Adisesha, and imbibing and completely immersed in his own Atmanandam. And after having absorbed all the manifested prapanjam into his womb, he lying down there. And then from his nabi came the gold stalk, lotus stalk came, on which the lotus flower was there, on which there was a shining effulgent Brahmadeva was seated. To this Bhagavan, from whose nabi that happened, and who's lying down on this Adisesha, pranatosmi, I worship. Slokam number 14. Kalpanta yedat akilam jatarena gruhnan shete puman svadruk ananta sakaha tat ange yen nabihi sindura yen nabi sinduruha kanchanaloka padma garbe juman tasmai bhagavate pranatosmi garbe juman bhagavate pranatosmi tasmai. Kalpanta yetat akilam jatarena gruhnan sete puman svadruk ananta sakas tat ange yen nabi sinduruha kanchana loka padma garbhe Juman Bhagavate Pranatosmi Tasmai. Tasmai Bhagavate Pranatosmi. Padangal Kalpa Kalpaha Anta Yetat Akhilam Jatarena Gruh Puman Sadrik Ananta Saka Tat Ange Tadange Yat Nabihi Sinduruha Kanchana Loka Padma Garbhe Juman Bhagavate Pranataha Asmi Tasmai. Yaha, which Puman means different things at different places. It also means human being, but here it means Paramapurushan, Puman. Okay. Yaha, which Paramapurushan, Puman, Kalpa Ante, at the end of Kalpam, which means Pralaya Kalam, which means all the manifested creation disappears, dissolves. So, Yaha, which Puman, the Paramapurushan, Kalpante, at the end of Kalpam, Yetat Akilam Jatarena Grihnanna. Yetat Akilam, all these manifestations, the whole Prapanjam, not just the world, the whole universe, Jatarena, in his own womb, Grihnanna, taking it in his own womb. Again, go back to what we learned from Srimad Bhagavatam earlier. When Brahma asked him, Swami, what should I do? What did he say? You don't have to do anything. Everything is already created. It's all in my womb. What you see in my womb is what you manifest outside. So everything, we are all, as we discussed in our last session or the session before, we are all in the womb of Bhagavan only. Okay? So, but here, all the appearances, Jatarena Grihnana, he absorbs them back into his womb. Yaha, which Paramapurushan, Yaha Puman, which Purushan, which Paramapurushan, and after absorbing all this, what does he do? Ananta Sakaha. Ananta is one name for Adiseshan also. It's a name for Bhagavan, but also Ananta is one name for Adiseshan. Sakaha, keeping his company. Bhagavan, see how beautiful he is. Ananta Sakaha, keeping the company of Adisesha. What is he doing? Tat Ange, on his lap, on the lap of Adisesha. Swadruk Sete. Swadruk, involved in his own Atma Anubhavam, Atmanandam. Sete, he is nicely lying down. Sayanam, we say, right? Sayanam means sleep, also means to lie down. He is lying down there, so beautifully, keeping Adisesha as a company. Atman, very blissful he is. Yaha Puman, Grihnana Sete, after absorbing everything, lying down like this. And Yaha Nabihi Sinduruha Yaha Nabihi Sinduruha Sindu Uruha. Okay, let's break it down. Yaha, whose Nabihi, the Nabi. Sindhu means ocean. Uruha, Sindhu, Uruha means coming out of that. Okay, coming out. So Sindhu means ocean, Uruha means coming out of it. So here, what is the ocean? The ocean is Bhagavan's Nabi. So from Yaha, whose Nabi, from Nabi, Sinduruha, the ocean of Nabi, from there coming out, like the way a lotus comes out of water. What is coming out here? Kanchana Loka Padma Garbhe. Okay? The thing is coming out, we say budding, we say, right? That is coming out. Kanchana means gold. So, that Kanchana Loka Padma Garbhe, the gold lotus stalk is coming out, and then Padmam is the lotus flower. And In that lotus, garbhe here means at the center of that lotus flower. So again, so beautifully, let us enjoy this so beautifully. Yat nabihi sindhu uruha kanchana loka padma garbhe. From whose nabi a gold lotus stalk is coming out. On top of that, a padmam is blooming. A lotus flower is blooming. And the center of that flower, Juman. Juman. Ju means vidhuti. The Ju means effulgent. Like I'm trying to think something. 1 second. See, Bhaskaraya vidmahe magadhyutikaraaya dhimahi kanno aditya prachodayat. Magadhyutikaraya, great light, effulgence. That Juman means bright and shining, very effulgent. That the Brahmadeva appeared. Juman means that grammatically that he appeared there on top of that lotus feet. Yaha nabihi, from whose nabi this thing happened. Tasmai bhagavate, to that Bhagavan, அந்த பகவானுக்கு, பகவதே, தஸ்மை, அவருக்கு. Okay, pranataha asmi. Pranataha asmi. That's just not namaskaram. It is not just worship. The mind itself is bent in humility and fully offered to him without ego. That is pranataha. Asmi means I do that. Pranataha pranatosmi, to that Bhagavan I worship. Kalpanta etat akilam jatarena gruhnan sete puman swadrik anantasaka tat anke yat nabi sinduruha kanchanaloka padma gardhe juman bhagavate pranatosmi tasmai. With Bhagavan's grace, we will stop here and take up the remaining 3 slokams of Dhruvastuti in our next session with His grace, because each one of them, with Swami's anugraham, I'm spending more time on this. I don't plan or anything at all. Whatever Bhagavan wants me to speak is what is happening. And so you can see how exalted descriptions that are taking place here. Not only the point, not only the message, but even the language is so sublime and supreme. So with His grace, we will continue in our next session. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Kayena vacha manasendriyarva buddhyatmana va prakrutehe svabhavat karomi yadhyat sakalam parasmai narayanayeti samarpayami. Om tat sat.